If you want to learn how to draw in Wildstyle Graffiti, continue watching. Stage 1. The name I choose to draw today is Ezra. In Wildstyle Graffiti, it is spelled E-Z-R-A. Now let's get into it. I start by drawing the letter E, shaping it like a number 3. Keep in mind, while you are drawing, always draw lightly first so you can make changes if needed. Now I move into the letter Z, giving it some style. I add it some style. I add a bend at the bottom of the Z to give it more character. As I continue, I begin connecting the letters together so they start to feel like one solid piece instead of a separate letters. Next, I work on the letter R, bending parts of it throughout the structure to match the flow of the other letters. Then I move into the letter A, treating it the same way by bending certain parts so everything feels consistent. It's always a good idea to look at letter fonts before starting your Wildstyle piece. These will act as a foundation from where you can bend, twist, and connect the letters to create your own style and give the piece flow and movement. For this piece, the medium I will be using is mixed media, a combination of color markers and color pencils. Stage 2. Now that I am satisfied with the basic structure, I start adding the extensions, arrows, and small details to build up the piece. I begin with the letter E, adding bits and pieces at the top. Since the top of the E is rounded, I add an extension that flows from the top all the way down toward the bottom. I finish off with the arrows and also include some serifs to give it more style. Moving on to the letter Z, I add more details at the top, including a serif. Then I create an arrow extension that flows downward. Notice that I create a break at the bottom to separate it lightly from the Z, which adds more complexity to the design. For the letter R, I continue building it up with extensions and details. One thing you will notice is that all the letters have arrows at the bottom. This creates movement and leads the eye toward the right side of the piece. Keep in mind, whenever you see a negative space between the letters, you want to fill it in with small details. This keeps the piece tight and balanced. For the letter A, I give in the same treatment as the others. Notice how the letter E and the letter A both have strong extensions. This helps keep the composition balanced from left to right. And hey, what's up, YouTube graffiti artists? My name is Louis Ning Chang. Welcome to my channel. Let's keep going. Stage 3. Now let's work on the black letters and give the piece a 3D look. For this, we use a classical artist technique called perspective drawing. I place an extra sheet of paper underneath so I have more room for my vanishing point. I set the vanishing point at the bottom right of the page. Then I take the ruler, place it on the vanishing point, and slightly draw lines going from the vanishing point to the corners of each letter. Once that's done, I start drawing the thickness of the black letters. You can choose how thick you want them to be depending on your style. Since this is a more advanced step, I assume you have some understanding of the perspective already. The angle we are using here is the worm's eye view, meaning we are looking up at the piece. This adds more dramatic and powerful look at design. Now let's move on into inking. Stage 4. Once I am satisfied with the drawing, I begin inking process. Normally I press down on the pencil lines and erase slightly so I can still see the faint guide, but in this case I drew lightly from the start and go straight into inking. I use different pen widths for this piece. Before working with live variations, I start with the fine point pen and outline the entire piece. After that, I switched to the thicker pen and began using the thin to thick inking method on the interior of the letters. This helps give the piece depth and variation. Take your time with this step and pay attention to how the lines change in thickness. Once I am done with the interior, I move to the exterior of the name and use a brush pen to create a bold outline around the entire piece. After finishing the inking, I erase all remaining pencil lines to clean everything up and prepare for the coloring. If you want to learn more about inking, I recommend studying comic book inking and pen and ink techniques in YouTube. Alright, so we're going to get into the coloring. Okay, now over here you see the word color scheme. Now, assuming you guys, since it's supposed to be a advanced video, so I figure you know what color scheme is. So I'm just letting you know off the bat right now. In the near future, when I get to more advanced videos, I'm going to say color scheme, and like I say right now, it's color scheme tetrad, and these are the 4 colors I choose. This is for the lettering. So the tetrad color scheme I picked. So far I started looking for the red, so it's going to be red, yellow, green, and violet. To replace those colors, okay, and only within the color family, same color family, it would be pink for the red side, yellow for honey yellow for the yellow side, green, true green, and I got dark green, and for violet it's going to dark purple. Now over here I'm gonna notice that these are markers. These are color pencils over here. When it comes to the true green and color, dark purple, those gonna be color pencils, and the dark green is gonna be done in markers. And as we go down, this is for the background. I'm gonna use carmine red and apple green. Why I choose those colors? I decided to use complementary colors. There's 2 color scheme, tetrad and complementary. And as you know, red is complement to green. I choose common red and apple green. So we're gonna get into and explain to you more of when I start coloring about the color markers and how I add with. This is actually it's mixed media, color markers with color pencils. So let's get started. Okay, here we go. Stage 5, coloring. Now we move into the final stage, coloring. As I mentioned earlier, I am using mixed media, which means color markers and color pencils. The key rule is to always use markers first. If you use color pencils first, the markers will not blend properly on the top. So I start with markers, let them dry very quickly. The first colors I use are honey yellow and pink. To blend them, I work quickly using circular motions. Using a brush nib helps a lot with the smoothing blending. I apply this technique across the entire name. For the block letters, I will fill them in the dark green to create contrast. Once the markers are completely dry, I'll move on into color pencils. I start with dark purple. To build value, I begin with light pressure and slowly increase pressure layer by layer. This creates depth without needing white first. I also use true green and in dark purple inside the letters. This layering process takes the time, but it gives strong professional results. Next, I introduce white color pencil to lighten certain areas and create highlights. You can apply white on top of darker colors like green and purple to soften and blend them. For the block letters, I use a lighter green on the front of surface because that's where the light hits. As the blocks go deeper, I add a bit of black to create shadows and depth. One advantage of color pencils is that lighter colors can go on top of darker colors, unlike markers. For the background, I use carmine red and apple green. I start with light pressure, then gradually build up layers with heavier pressure until I reach the look I want. Now for the final technique, burnishing. This involves using heavy pressure with light colored pencil like the white to blend all the layers together, flattening the texture of the paper and create a smooth finished look. To finish everything off, I use a circular template and to add extra design elements. This part is all about creativity. Use your imagination. Add your own final detail to complete the piece. Alright, here's the name, Ezra. Ezra. Alright, so this is the piece. Before I go, if you like your name in graffiti style, in Wildstyle Graffiti, you can check out my description box below on my Etsy store, or you can also contact me in my website. So you have a choice in my Etsy store or my website. Alright, tell me what you think. Give it a like if you like the video. Share with all your friends. Make a comment if you have any questions. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My name is Louis Ning Chong. Thanks for watching.